I certainly appreciate the effort that has been put forth on flood relief for people who have suffered from the tragedies that we've had in Minnesota this summer. And I understand that, you know, we've been able to move rather quickly to provide some relief, and hopefully it'll get into people's communities and lives rapidly. But there is something missing in here that I would like to call your attention to. And I was working on it before we received the federal declaration, and then realized that Scott County was not included in that federal declaration, so that's why it's not in the bill today. But it is something that deserves attention from this body. And I laid some photos on your desk of the river crossings between Scott and Carver counties. And each one of those crossings was closed again this fall for several weeks, and they were closed for 4 weeks this spring when we had our spring flooding, meaning that there is a long distance between river crossings that, in fact, from Belle Plaine you have to cross into Sibley County, and from Shakopee you have to cross into Hennepin County, and we can't cross at all into Carver County, which is the adjacent county. And it is a major economic problem for our community. We have traffic backed up for miles trying to get over the only remaining bridges that are left open when we have this type of flooding. And it is a drain on our communities. It is certainly stressful. It has been building up over the years, and it seems as we have more of these 100-year floods that it is becoming more of a common occurrence. And my initiative was to request money for MnDOT to study and put forward a proposal to make at least one more of those crossings flood-proof, or raise them to a level so that they could meet the current record flood level. So we would have a road going through one more of those areas, whether it would be from Scott County into Chaska, into Carver County Highway 41 or 101, or even the Jordan, it's a county road, but it serves a lot of people again. And so we need to keep calling attention to that need. And it is frustrating because we, at the same time, have been working to develop another major river crossing along the Highway 41 corridor. And even as we were looking at this flooding situation, MnDOT was calling back that project, saying it needed to be reassessed. And that just is not a practical way to look at this. We have got a real problem. To be closed for 6 weeks of a year is just too long, and we don't know how often this can happen. I do appreciate the money in this bill for RIM, which could hold some of this water back, because we had 4 inches of rain in Scott County. If it had only been that rainfall, we would have not had our bridges closed, our roadways closed. But you know, a week later, here comes all the water, and we reached record levels. The Belle Plaine Bridge, the water was under the trusses. The state was right there monitoring that practically 24 hours a day to see if they had to close that one as well. They put up barriers on 35. We could have been completely cut off from the rest of the state if those 2 bridges had gone under as well. And it was a difficult circumstance, and we must address that in the upcoming session.